Hello Year 5 and welcome to your maths lesson. So we're going to start something slightly different with fractions now. We're going to look at subtracting fractions. So you're going to think about everything we've already learned still can be applied to this topic. We still know how to convert our fractions. We still know how to find our common denominators. We know how to move from improper fractions to mixed numbers and vice versa. That's all going to be needed just as much today, but we're just changing the operation and we're going to subtract today. So let's warm your brains up a little bit first then. So set yourself a timer, give yourself 5 minutes. Can you have a go at these questions? Pause the video, have a go. So change 11 thirds into a mixed number. We know multiply, divide it by 3. It's going to be 3 and 2 thirds. So complete this one. Think, how do we get from 10 to 30? Multiply by 3. 7 multiplied by 3 is 21. Work out 165 multiplied by 7. That's going to give you 1,155. And Annie has £27 and she spends £4.50. So you're going to need to do a subtraction there. And 27 take away £4.50 gives her £22.50. Okay, well done if you got those right. If you've made any mistakes, you got a bit stuck, go back and have a look at it where you went wrong so that you know for next time. Now, for those of you looking at the time here, this time says 4:15, and we know that's the same as saying 4:15. Now, if we're doing it in the 24-hour clock looking in the evening, it's going to be 16:15. Okay, so well done if you got the time one right as well. Now, let's see how much you paid attention in our maths lesson the other day when we looked at the number pyramids. So pause the video. Okay, you're going to have a go at these questions here. So think about your converting of your numbers. Okay, ignore the fact that it's subtract because you'll understand. And then have a go at this addition pyramid. Now remember, these two added together give you this one here. These two give you this one, and these two give you this one, okay? You may need to convert some of your fractions to help you get to the correct answers, okay? So set yourself a 5-minute video and have a go. Okay, when I said 5-minute video, I meant a 5-minute timer. Okay, we're just going to pretend I didn't say that. So what is 3/5 take away 2/5? Now we don't have to change any of the denominators there. So we just subtract 3 to 2. So that gives us 1/5. Okay, here we've got 5/9 take away 1/3. Now you're going to have to convert this fraction here. So if we convert that to then 3/9, again, do 5 take away 3, it's going to give us 2/9. Okay, now to work out these ones at the bottom, we've got a whole number here, which means you've got 3/10 add something. So 3 add what is then going to give me 10, so 10 wholes. 7. So we know that one there is going to be 7/10. Okay, easy peasy. So now I need to think, well, how do I get from 7/10 if I've only got 1/5? So I'm going to have to convert my 1/5, aren't I? And change that to my denominator to 10. So that's actually going to give me 2/10. So I need to think, well, how do I get from 2? 2 add what is going to give me 7. That's going to be 5/10. Boom. Easy peasy. A lemon squeezy. So well done if you got those right, because we did that in our lesson last week, so I'll know if you didn't pay attention. Now equally, like I missed that one there, we can convert that, so 5/10 is the same as saying a half as well. So let's have a look at our subtraction for today then. So we've got 3/4 subtract, not take away, Miss Ashford. I know it's not take away, it's going to be subtract this time round. 3/4, we have to pay attention to that this time round. 3/4 subtract 3/8. Now what do we notice about my denominators? Good, they're not the same, so we need to convert them and find the common denominator so that they match, okay? So we need to think, well, how do we get from 4 to 8? We're going to multiply by 2, okay? So we multiply the numerator and the denominator. So now we have 6/8 subtract 3/8. So all we need to do is 6 take away 3, okay? And that gives us 3 left over. So it's going to be 3/8, okay? Easy peasy. So now that you know how to do that, pause the video. Can you now have a go at see if you can converting these fractions and working out the answer? Pause the video, have a go. Okay, well, 5 to 15, we can multiply by 3. Okay, so we multiply both of them by 3, and that gives us 3/19. So all you need to do is 9 take away 3. 9 take away 3 is 6. Okay, 6/15. Now I'm thinking to myself, 6 and 15 seem like familiar numbers. So I'm thinking, well, can I simplify it? Well, it's not divisible by 2 because 15 is an odd number. It's divisible by 3. 6 and 15 are both multiples of the 3 times tables. And if I simplified that, that actually gives me 2/5. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you an answer to one of these, okay, and then it's your job to see if you can match up the correct fractions, okay? So let's look at the first one, 5/6 and 2/18. So I'm going to have to match my denominators so that they're the same. So I'm going to match it so it's to my 18s, and 6 goes into 18 3 times. So 3 lots of 5 is 15. So now I'm looking, well, which one of these ones here says 15/18 and 12/18? Well, it's that one there, isn't it? So that one's going to match. So now what you need to do, okay, is you need to have a go and see if you can match the other ones. Now I'm going to give you a clue. Sometimes we don't always have to match these numbers to the next common multiple. we can match it to any multiple. So if I had the 10 times tables here and I had the 20 times tables, I could match it to the denominator's 40 because one way or another, I know they're always going to be equal. Okay, so there might be a trick one in here that might catch you out. So pause the video. Can you match my remaining two sets of fractions with their correct corresponding fractions? Okay, well, this one was the sneaky one, 8 and 16. I could have rounded them both up and had them both as 16, but there is no 16. But I know that 8 and 16 are multiples of the 8 times tables, as is 32. Okay, so if I change them both with the denominator 32, that's going to give me that one there. Which means by process of elimination of my 10 and my 5, my 9 and my 1, that's going to be that missing fraction there. Okay, so now that we've just done that opening little snippet, go and have a go at questions 1 to 4 and then come back where we're going to look at some slightly difficult questions. Okay, I say difficult purely because we're going to be using our bar model to help us with this today. So this is going to be very similar to the apple juice, lemon juice and water question that we did last week. So on Monday, Whitney reads for 4/7 of an hour. And on Tuesday, she reads 3/14 of an hour less than she did on Monday. So if it's less, we're going to be subtracting something here, aren't we? So we want to know how long Whitney reads for on Monday and Tuesday altogether. So we're going to use a bar model to represent this, okay? Because we know that one way or another she's reading for 4/7 on both on one day, but she's reading for 3/14 less on another day. So here's Monday and here's Tuesday. Now Tuesday's bar is smaller because we know she reads less, so it's got to be a shorter box for her. So let's put my fractions in here. So I know that on that Monday she reads for 4/7 of an hour. Now that difference here, okay, between what she read on Monday and what she read on Tuesday is, oh my goodness, my apologies, 1 second. I somehow managed to skip to the end of my lesson there and I do apologise. So the difference here between these two numbers, okay, between what she read on Monday and what she read on Tuesday is 3/14 because it tells us that's how much less that she reads. So we know the difference there is 3/14. Now, we've already identified that we're subtracting something here because we need to find out how much it was on Tuesday. But what do you notice about my two fractions? They have different denominators. So year 5, what do we need to do? Exactly. So we need to find the common denominator. Now we know that 7, okay, goes into 14, goes in twice, okay? So let's multiply the 14, the 4 and the 7ths, okay? So now we've got 18/14, subtract 3/14. We know that 8 subtracted by 3, or 8 subtract 3, gives us 5/14. So that there is now 5/14. So now I have both my fractions for Monday and Tuesday. But now I've got another problem, another dilemma. Well, how am I now going to work out altogether what she read on Monday and Tuesday when my fractions are different? Okay, well then let's find our common denominators. So if I've got 4/7 at 5/14, well I know that 14 is a multiple of 7, so let's just multiply that one by 2. We know that was 8/14 already from the previous one, and now we're just going to add on the 5. That's going to give us 13/14. So my answer that she reads altogether is 3/14 of an hour. Okay, so we need to make sure we have the of an hour on the end. Okay. So let's think about what the difference is between fractions. Okay. So I want to find out what the difference is between 7/10 and a fifth. So let's put this on a bar. Now the reason why I've split it into 10 equal parts is because I'm going to match my denominators to 10 because I know that 5 and 10 are both multiples of the 5 times tables. So let's convert them first so that our fractions are the same. So now my question reads, well, what is the difference between 7/10 and 2/10? So let's plot these fractions on my number line that I've split equally into my 10 parts. So that's where 7/10 is and that's where 2/10 is. Well, I think, well, how am I now going to work out the difference? Yeah, I'm just going to subtract them. So I could do 7 take away 5, or rather 7 subtract 5, Miss Ashford. 7 subtract from 2, okay, that's going to give me 5. And you can see here the difference is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? So I know that the missing digits in between is going to be 5/10. Now, what do we know about 5/10? What's the equivalent fraction of 5/10? Yeah, good, it's the same as a half, okay, because 5 is half of 10. Okay, so the difference between these two numbers here is a half. So even though I've said 7/10 and 5/1/5, so the difference is a half, I've got 3 different sets of denominators because I converted them so that their numbers, their denominators were all the same. I got to the right answer. So now you know that, pause the video, have a think, how am I going to work out what the difference is between 2/3 and 3/9? Okay, so same denominators, 3 and 9, so both multiples of 9. So let's change it. So we've got 6 ninths and 3 ninths. Now I need to plot those numbers on my number line. Now I'm going to work out, well, I need to find the difference between them here. So I go 1, 2, 3. Okay, I can see the difference is 3. Equally, I know that 6 subtract 3 gives me 3. Now, can I simplify this fraction year 5? What can I simplify it to? Good, I can simplify it to 1/3. Okay, 3 is a multiple of both those numbers. 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 9 3 times. Okay? So, have a go at doing questions 5 to 7 on your worksheet for me, please. Okay? Once you've had a go at doing that, we will be moving on to looking at subtracting numbers on Friday. But it might be slightly more difficult because we're going to look at breaking apart whole numbers. Okay, so have a go at that one today and see how you get on. Okay, and then we will have a look at carrying on with our subtraction on Friday. All right, good luck, year 5.